Hello guys, welcome back to the channel this week. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut a princess. That is a very quick and simple tutorial. I'm going to be making use of this fabric here, my tape rule, my chalk, and of course my ruler. So let's get started. So the first thing I went ahead to do was to mark out my bust point at 10 inches, my dart point at 9 inches, and then my under bust point at 13 inches. So this is my bust point, my dart point, and here is my under bust line here. So from here, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure out the neck of this dress. I went down by 5 inches on this side, and on this other side here I went by 4 inches. It depends on how wide you want the neck to be. The more inches you add, the wider it's going to be at the neck. So here now I'm just going to make a curve with my hand to give me the shape of neck that I want. So guys, after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark out my shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 14 inches and I'm marking this using 7 inches. That is my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and that is what I'm going to mark here. Then I went down by 8 inches. How to get this is to divide your bust measurement by 6, and then you add 1.5 inches to whatever you get. So I did that and I got 7.25, but I decided to cut this out using 8 inches, and I'm just going to join the two lines together to give me an L shape like this. So guys, the next thing I went ahead to do was to make my armhole curve, as you can see me doing like this. So after making the curve, this is what it looks like. The next thing I went ahead to do was to come down by half an inch from the shoulder here like this, and the next thing I am going to do is to connect this line to the neckline with my ruler. So guys, after this, the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my nipple to nipple measurement by 2. Mine is 8 inches and that divided by 2 is 4, but I'm marking this at 4.5 because I'll be needing the extra allowance for stitching the dart. So I'm going to mark it here on the dart line, on the other bust line, on the bust line, just basically on all the lines. I'm going to mark this 4.5 inches all the way to the end, and I'm going to connect these lines together using my ruler. So guys, after doing this, the next thing I'm going to do is to come to my armhole line here, and I'm going to come down by 3 inches and I'm going to mark it here like this. And after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to connect this line to the bust line, the point at the bust line, using a curve. So I'm going to be doing this with free hand, so you have to be very careful if you're doing it with free hand to make sure that the curve you make is very straight. So guys, this is what it looks like after making this curve. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to come out here by about 1 inch or less, as you can see, and I'm going to extend my curve to meet this new point here. So after extending it like this, the next thing I'm going to do is to come down like this with another curve to meet the initial armhole line I had before. So the reason for this is to fix that problem of having a shortage of material when you are stitching your princess dart together. So this is going to fix that problem. Basically, all you have to do is come out by 1 inch and make a curve to make this new line to meet the initial line. So that's all. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark out my body measurement, my bust measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches as sewing allowance. I marked it there. Then I went down to my waistline. I marked my waistline divided by 4, adding 2 inches. Then also went down to the end of the dress and added 2 inches to my measurement. The next thing I went ahead to do was to connect my lines using my ruler, as you can see me doing like this. So these are all the measurements we need for this pattern. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut this out along the white lines that I made. So guys, this is it. This is all for this really quick and simple tutorial. I hope you were able to learn something from this, and I hope you'll be able to cut your own princess dart using this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching to the end, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button. I will see you in my next video.